Hey guys, Cristo Garcia. I am very honored and excited to share with you today what I've been working on for the last 14 years, and we've really come to a place that I think is spectacular in the world of golf. We've got an exciting new company. It's a golf instruction media company, and we are changing the world as we speak. So what I'd like to talk about first is, let me get my slides going here. So let's get this set up. Okay, slides. And here we go. So this picture is something I'm going to revisit, and it's kind of funny. It's a guy standing out in the middle of the ocean. You know, he's fishing. And this picture is going to make an awful lot of sense to you once I go through my little introduction of what I've been working on for 14 years, how it's changed my life, how thousands of golfers around the world are joining this movement. And we believe this can be the #1 golf instruction product in the world. So what I'll be talking about today is the biggest problem in golf, which is it's incredibly difficult. How I found my solution, which made me one of the most famous golfers in the world. I'll introduce my all-star team. We have got the best team of digital marketers and golf experts in the world. I think we've got the best team there is. And then I'll explain to you my plan to take our golf solutions worldwide. Then next, we'll explain the opportunity that is there for investors that may come on board as partners to help us scale this brand. And then last, I'd like to tell you how all of this comes together in the grand scheme of things and then the great overall vision. So this first slide I want to show you here is the old me. Like golfers all around the world, I used to be ashamed and embarrassed about the way I played golf. I was a martial arts champion. I was a professional ballet dancer. I'm a nationally certified personal trainer and yoga instructor. And golf was absolutely impossible for me. I had strength, speed, flexibility. And one time I went out with a friend of mine and I shot 126. And for those of you who know anything about golf, that's a horrible score. I couldn't break 80. I couldn't hit the ball very far. My longest drives are about 250 yards. Now I can drive the ball. My longest on a launch monitor is 332 yards. And I'm 55 years old. And I'm no longer embarrassed to get up on the first tee, even if there's a crowd standing around me. And that's the greatest thrill of my life. It's absolutely a miracle. And so first, I want to show you a quick little comparison of where I was when I started my swing evolution 14 years ago. And then I'm going to show you my current swing, which is repeatable, consistent, and it's allowed me to shoot under par, which is every golfer's dream.
Snead.
So I put those two swings side by side to show you the difference between my old swing and my new swing. And I put two of my new swings together to show you how repeatable it is. It's practically identical. So the world of golf instruction is missing some very key things that I think I was able to discover because I have such a varied movement background in my past as a martial arts champion, to recognize some things that most instructors, practically all of them, they just don't even see it. So the way I began to rebuild my golf swing was I took Ben Hogan's 5 Lessons book. Now, this book changed my life because it taught me to forget about what the modern instruction world is talking about, throw it in the trash can, and go back to what guys were doing 50, 60, 100 years ago. The entire world of golf took a wrong turn, and the Pied Pipers have led everybody astray. I'm leading a charge to bring back the original classic golf swing. And my rebuild of my swing was so successful, the Golf Channel hired me to be Ben Hogan's double in their special Hogan. So that's pretty cool. So the first thing I started to do was lift my lead heel. Modern instruction tells you to keep a centered base where you don't move your feet as little as possible. You keep both feet planted. I began to shift my weight, lift my lead heel, just like Sam Snead, Bobby Jones, and Ben Hogan. I started to use my lower body more. Everybody's trying to restrict lower body movement today. And I allowed my weight to shift, which brought in one of the most important leverage elements to my golf swing. So right here, I'm showing you the top 10 winners in the history of the PGA Tour. Okay, this is crazy. This is Tom Watson, Phil Mickelson, Walter Hagen, Billy Casper, Byron Nelson, Arnold Palmer, Ben Hogan, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and Sam Snead. Every single one of the top 10 winners in the history of the PGA Tour all have the over-the-top miracle move that I teach. The current fad in instruction is to go the other way, which causes you to stall, flip, tilt, and you can't pivot. It's horrible. It is true that if you're 25 years old and built like a PGA Tour player, you can get into a lot of these positions at great expense to your back, but it's easier to go over the top so you can pivot over your lead leg. So I want to give you a little taste of my miracle move, and then I'm going to show you examples of the top 10 winners in the history of the PGA Tour that all do what I'm teaching today. So let me pull that up for you. Sacred step number 4 is the miracle move. This move is going to unlock your championship potential. I've found the best way for me to be able to continue to rotate is inside up, slightly over, down, and through the shot. This miracle move changed my life. That was as pure as anything I've ever hit in my life. It still freaks me out. I can't believe it works so well. Hey guys, let's take a look at the top 10 winners in the history of the PGA Tour, starting with Tom Watson.
I figured out the golf swing in 1992. I got tired of hitting the ball fat. I got tired of hitting the ball out to the right. And I said, to hell with it. I'm going to hit over the top of it like this. I want that ball to start straight. So I changed my golf swing right then and there, and it felt like this. It felt like that, but what happened, it was going here and here like this.
So if we take a quick look at Tom Watson's swing, we can see that now he is a committed over-the-top swinger. Next, we have Phil Mickelson, one of the all-time greats, and we can see he takes it back to the inside, and he is also an over-the-top swinger. Next is the great Walter Hagen, inside and over the top. Now if we take a look at Billy Casper, we're going to see one of the most underrated players in history with an over-the-top golf swing. Next is Byron Nelson. Look at that move. Arnold Palmer is another great champion. He is also inside and over the top. Now my idol, Ben Hogan, was the one who surprised me the most. Here we see him inside and over the top. Jack Nicklaus, whom I had the pleasure of interviewing in his home, is also inside and over the top. Now that brings us to the great Tiger Woods. Here he is rehearsing his over-the-top move. And although he doesn't have a big over-the-top swing, after he hurt his back, he made a decided effort to swing more OTT. And finally, we have the great Sam Snead, one of the greatest over-the-top swingers of all time. And there you have it. The top 10 winners in the history of the PGA Tour are all over-the-top swingers. And the reason why is because the best way to leverage the club is by going over the top. So guys, just to let you know, I've wondered, is it possible the entire golf industry could have missed this? Well, as I mentioned, I'm a nationally certified personal trainer. And when I did my certification, the diet that was prescribed was low fat and high carb. I was never able to get ripped on that diet because it was wrong. Doctors, trainers, everybody around the world was trying to convince people that was the best diet to get in shape. And it turns out the opposite was true. The same thing is happening in the world of golf. Everybody's trying to tell people to take it up outside and drop it under. Biomechanically, it doesn't work that way. It's very hard. It's bad on your back, and it's just not getting any results. And that brings me back to this little picture where I had the guy in the middle of the ocean. This is from a Tahitian saying, standing on a whale, fishing for minnows. The entire world of golf is standing on a whale, fishing for minnows. They've completely missed the original champion's golf swing. But we're bringing it back. It's one of the fastest growing movements in golf, and we are just starting to seriously light a fire under this, and we're going to be telling you about the early successes that we're having. So now I would like to share with you a little commercial that we have for the Miracle Swing to give you a taste of what people are experiencing with this new version of an older swing.
Well, that was easy.
Do you believe in miracles? Thousands of golfers all around the world are already believers.
I believe in miracles.
Get ready to experience the fastest growing movement in golf. Brought to you by golf sensation, Cristo Garcia, the man who swung as Ben Hogan on the Golf Channel.
The top 10 winners in the history of the PGA Tour are all over-the-top swingers.
You just found something, in my opinion, that was just hidden right underneath our noses.
Today, golfers all around the world are finally discovering the truth about the golf swing.
There we go. How does that feel?
Oh, thank you.
It just looks so easy.
Shot a 69.
Wow.
It's clicked in. So this whole inside over the top deal is just makes it so much easier.
The 7 Sacred Steps of the Over-the-Top Miracle Swing is a course specifically designed to end the swing confusion that modern golf instruction has created. Now's your chance to join the fastest growing movement in golf. Get ready to believe in miracles by saving over 50% off the retail price with our pre-sale at miracleswingexperience.com. You'll believe in miracles too.
Every time I see that promo, I'm so proud of it. There's been so much work that's gone into it. Now, one of the things I'll tell you is I've been in this world of golf online instruction for about 14 years, and there is not a single company in the world that has the testimonials that we're getting. These testimonials are so genuine because this is literally changing people's lives in as quickly as 15, 20 minutes. I can explain this swing in no time at all, and people can execute it immediately. It's absolutely unheard of that I've seen in the world of golf. So I want to show you a few testimonials of some of my students, and you can hear their honest reaction.
I'm working on the over-the-top miracle swing.
Look at that. Yeah, I shot a 72 with Balboa, and it was easy.
I'm feeling good. That felt very comfortable.
Right on.
No pain.
My clubhead speed was always like 85, and it's reading 105.
What club is this? Yeah. OTT, baby.
Guys, that just blows my mind. And as a golf instructor, I can't tell you how exciting and joyful it is to share this miracle with golfers. And I almost still can't believe it, but thousands and thousands of golfers around the world are on this train, and it is moving fast. So now I want to talk a little bit about what this space is about, some of the other golf influencers that sell online instruction. Now, this is George Gankis. George Gankis is a friend of mine. He's here in Southern California. He was discovered by my team. My team found him in 2015, plucked him from obscurity, built him a YouTube channel, a membership page, and now George made, from what I understand, 4.2 million in online instruction last year. So George is absolutely killing it, but my team believes we have something that's even hotter than what George is selling. Now, George is a really cool guy. You know, he's got his YouTube channel. He's got 1.7 million views on his YouTube channel. That's pretty darn good. But I'll tell you what my numbers are in just a moment. Now, the biggest company in online instruction is Performance Golf. Now, Performance Golf was founded by Brixton Albert. I know Brixton. I've talked to him about the miracle swing. He has his company in 2020. We can see this article. This was in Inc. magazine. In 2020, his company made $12 million in revenue. In 2021, his company made $29 million in revenue. In 2022, Brixton's company made $52 million in revenue. One of my friends is a producer for Performance Golf, and he told me today they are approaching $100 million in revenue a year. So the opportunity is tremendous. Now, these guys have strengths. They've got great teams behind them, great marketers, advertisements, copy, sales pages, email sequences, and they leverage some of the biggest names in golf. In my instruction video, I have Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, Chi Rodriguez, Jackie Burke, and Jim McLean. It's hard to get bigger than the names that I have that are confirming what I'm teaching to people. Now, one of the problems with Performance Golf is they don't really have a story. They just randomly sell whatever they can get their hands on, and they spend tens of millions of dollars on ads, which is the game. That's how you play the game. Their YouTube channel has 17 million views. Man, that's nothing to sneeze at, right? 17 million views. But would you believe my YouTube channel has 29 million views? Yes, my YouTube channel has 12 million more views than Performance Golf. And Performance Golf has been at this for a decade, okay? I've got greater reach through my videos so far, and we haven't even started serious advertising yet. So just to give you a little background on what I've done organically, to date, I've sold over $700,000 in online instruction. I've built a six-figure business. I've been able to make my dreams come true by playing golf for a living, which is every influencer's dream or practically every golfer's dream. And when I talk to Marty, who is the head of Bad Rhino in Philadelphia, it's a marketing company that worked with Revolution Golf, which was sold for $150 million in 2017, and works with the guys at Performance Golf. He asked me about my sales, and I told him that I'd sold over $700,000, and he would ask me about my advertising. I told him we'd only done a little bit of testing. He was shocked. He told me that if I said we had sold 20 copies of this thing, he'd tell me that we could make money on it. When he heard how much organic sales I've had to date, he said that we can compete with Performance Golf, that it's that shocking. And once we get everything in place for the marketing, we should be able to give them a run for their money. So this is my hero product. It is the over-the-top miracle swing. It's the original Champions Golf swing. This swing was how everybody used to swing. This is the swing that was originally brought over and taught by the Scottish teachers. And eventually, by the time the 1980s rolled around, the big gurus of golf, we see David Ledbetter, we see all these other golfers, they decided that they would come up with a better way to swing. And I don't fault them for that. We're all trying to figure it out. But that was when there was a fork in the road. The golf magazines, the golf TV shows, they all went down this different road of the modern swing. And you really only see a few people today doing the classic swing. Phil Mickelson is an example of it. Bubba Watson and John Daly. They lift the lead heel, they go inside OTT, and they absolutely crush it. And you'll notice that those guys haven't had trouble with their backs, okay? Now, what's really interesting is why I named this the over-the-top miracle swing. Everybody in the world of golf is teaching that over-the-top is bad, okay? Nothing could be further from the truth. So over the top is a evergreen keyword search in the world of golf. People are always searching for a solution to over the top. Now, we are owning this search phrase. So when people search for over the top solutions, they will find the over the top miracle swing and discover there's nothing wrong with going over the top. You just have to do it the correct way. Juniors and beginners all swing over the top because they can feel that's the natural way to create the most leverage in the golf swing. Just like you're throwing a ball, serving a tennis ball, swimming, all these motions are over the top motions. Nobody does those things going backwards. You can do it, but it's not how you create maximum leverage. So the over the top phrase is very important in terms of our marketing, because it's polarizing and it makes us stand out very starkly against the entire world of golf instruction that's out there presently. So now I want to tell you a little bit about myself. One of the things that makes our company unstoppable. I just want to show you a quick commercial here, and then I'm going to tell you why I'm showing you this commercial.
You guys want to play for some money? How much cash you got? Because I'm going to take all of it.
Top-tier players expect exceptional performance from their footwear. Square's patented design delivers power and performance shot after shot.
Crushed it.
Come on, fellas, I'm your fourth.
Good shot. We're in trouble.
Squares, the performance golf shoe.
So why am I showing you a Squares golf shoe commercial? The reason why is because I wrote, produced, cast, directed, and edited all of their new commercials this year that you're seeing all over the Golf Channel and NBC Sports. Now, I have done this for several major golf companies. There's no other golf instructor in the world that can do that, okay? This is my superpower. I am an award-winning TV and film producer. I've made over 100 TV series and films. My shows have won an Emmy Award, a Peabody Award, and I even won a Best Director Award at an international film festival. So I can create the highest quality content at the lowest price, and I don't have to hire an outside production company to do any of it. The Miracle Swing is our own production company. I can do everything from commercials all the way to making feature films. No other golf company in the world can do that. So right now, this slide says $130,000 of OTT Miracle Swing has already been sold. I regret to inform you that now it's over 150,000. We just started split testing ads and they are on fire. Once we get a little bit of runway and gas in the engine, that number is going to explode. So we are only driving cold traffic right now to one product, which is our hero product, the over-the-top Miracle Swing. But strap in because we're making Miracle Drive. Miracle Health is already completed. I'm making Miracle Short Game, Miracle Putting, and Miracle Mindset. Once we get this entire suite of video products, they are going to serve as an anchor platform for tons of other ancillary products. Okay, we've got our Miracle Swing t-shirts. We've got all this merch. We've got cups, polos, etc. And this is going to lead into many more things. So we have our OTT checklist. This is a one-of-a-kind product that's on the market right now that we have, where it's a short booklet and each page has a QR code that takes you to a video lesson. We're the only company doing this. And my Miracle Swing experiences are growing every year, and we are going to be exploding in terms of outreach to the public. The next thing that's really exciting is I've got a half a dozen Miracle Swing instructors that are waiting to get certified to teach the Miracle Swing around the country. So when I begin certifying instructors around the country, we're going to have outreach that's going to be able to touch everybody across the country and teach the Miracle Swing. Performance golf does not have any of these things. Okay, now I'm honored to produce my team that came to me and told me what I was sitting on. Okay, first of all, there's Gabriel Ryder, one of my best friends, one of the most famous golf YouTubers that there ever was. And he was the one that first said, I think you may not understand what you're sitting on here, Christo. This over-the-top thing could be the biggest movement in golf instruction. So he introduced me to his father, who is one of the most famous and well-recognized internet marketers in the world, Greg Ryder. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to my partners in the Miracle Swing so they can tell you a little bit about where this company is headed in the future. So guys, you want to come on board?
Hey, Christo. Hey, Gabe.
Hey, how's it going,
guys.
Pops?
Loving life. Boy, every time I hear the story, I just go, man, we're sitting on something special, something unique, something that, we live it, need it, and breathe it. But then when you sit and go through it again, it's just like, wow, we really are blessed. Hey, look at this shirt. It really is kind of freaking out on the video. Huh?
It's moire.
I feel like I'm moving.
So, Gabe, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, so I had the #1 golf YouTube channel for 6 or 7 years, and created a movement called the Movement Towards Improvement, and sold merch at a golf membership site. And I was working at one of the nicest golf academies in the country in Scottsdale, Arizona. And long story short, I decided to take what I did for myself and go help other people do it, other golf instructors. Ended up helping launch George Genkus. One of my recent clients, Porzak Golf, is doing really well on YouTube, just past 100,000 subscribers. And so, Christo shared with me what he was doing. And like Christo mentioned, the polarization of the over-the-top miracle swing is a marketer's dream. The evergreen keyword optimization of over the top. Over the top is one of the most well-known phrases in golf, if not maybe the number one. I can think of maybe shallow, maybe steep, but over top is kind of this one huge main pain point that pretty much almost all golfers can relate to, because 90% of golfers swing over the top because it's a natural way to swing. It's not natural to take the weight of the club and put it out in front of you on the backswing and behind you on the downswing. Like Crystal might have mentioned, we're chopping wood or we're using any type of leverage. You're going to bring it inside and then go over. You're not going to start outside of yourself and then come back in. That's why most people do it. It's a very natural motion. So we just teach people how to do it the right way. And then, what Crystal has is a very beautiful story with it being tied to the legends and the champions of the game. There's a cultural and historical story that surrounds the over-the-top miracle swing, where when you look at some of the other golf membership sites and golf products, it's mainly more geared towards just improvement, but there isn't really a story around it and how it was created. Not to say that they don't have that, they're just not great at sharing that. And so the story that Crystal has is awesome, with the journey that he's gone on, self-discovery, working with all these different pros, finding these little nuggets across the country, across the world with the legends. And so there's just a lot of things that have, and those are the things that have allowed Crystal to do so well with, sharing this with the world.
Awesome. So, what are you thinking? Do you remember what you told me when you first, when I first told you about the over-the-top miracle swing? You said that you thought it could be a pretty best-selling product.
Yeah, and the reason I said that, the reason I told Christo that I think this can be, so popular and reach so many golfers is because we're touching on something that I just mentioned. 90% of golfers swing inside and over the top. So just already that is a way to be able to be connected to 90% of your average golfers. It's a way to connect to them. And that's really hard to do, and it's in our name. And to everybody in the world, including myself, no matter what the genre is, we're all looking to get better, easier, and faster, right? If someone comes to me and says, hey, do you want to get better at golf? And it's going to take a really long time and you're going to have to work really, really, really hard for 10 years. I'm going to go, no, I'd rather not, right? So what as coaches and guides do is they go on the journey for you and they say, hey, we're going to help you get a lot better, a lot faster. Right? Because that's what we want. That's why you go to the George Genkus. That's why you go to Porzak Golf. That's why you go to Cristo Garcia. And the reason Cristo can do that, and we believe we can do that just as good as anybody else, at least in terms of world-class golf instructors, is because we're changing the least in people's swings. Okay? Because people already come inside and over the top. So we're saying you don't need to restructure and change your entire swing or change things that are really hard to change, like the main motor patterns. We're saying we're just going to help you critique a few fine things, keep your overall movement that we believe creates the most leverage and power and consistency, and you're going to get better faster. So with all these things summed up, that's why I told Crystal I think this can be a top seller in the world, top seller for golf. There's a lot of unique pieces, and the testimonials show that it works.
Awesome. So, Greg, are you there? Would you mind walking us through the offer?
Yeah, no, I want to do that. And what I want to do is I want to share a little screen and kind of talk a little bit about digital marketing and why digital marketing is so powerful. And I just found the numbers, as we talked about on our team call this morning, are so impressive. I had to go do some screenshots and add some stuff to the PowerPoint because the click-through rates, the average cost per click, the impression, it's just like, it's all off the charts. So let me share my screen real quick. And I want to kind of share with everybody, again, from my perspective, why we know we have a winner. And as we continue to do what we do, we're going to scale this business. So let me share my screen. So I'm going to go present, and I'm going to go share screen, and I'm going to go entire screen, and I'm going to go there. And what I'm going to go ahead and go full screen with this for a second. You guys will be able to hear us. You won't be able to see us. So the first thing that I want to kind of lay the groundwork when working with our clients and working on the internet is we believe in this, what we call the number one secret for online marketers. And that is whoever can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. And that's evidenced by some of my background and what we've done. And here's just some screenshots of showing what's possible on the internet. And here's a screenshot where we spent $1.5 million in ad spend, drove 121 million impressions, and generated 2.5 million clicks to a website. And then what that did is that helped just generate $9 million in sales, 208,000 orders with an average order of $44 per customer. And this was in a period of, you can barely see it, but up here from January through July, so 7 full months. Isn't that amazing? You could do 208,000 orders in 7 months. And here's some other stores that we had where we drove $3.3 million off 2 million visitors, 98,000 orders. And this particular store we launched, and this was only like a month and a half of revenues. And we actually were doing some stuff that we had to shut down because the supply side got messed up. And it was like, oh, that was so painful, right? But we've done this over and over and over again. When you have a winning formula, a great product, and everything works for you, you can spend money, buy traffic, buy visitors, and convert visitors, right? And so here's an actual screenshot that I just took a few minutes ago showing with some early ad spend that we're doing on our funnels. And we move real slow, we optimize, we do things. And this shows that we have had $16,800 in sales, and it's only a 0.74% conversion. So what I mean by that is we drove 11,000 visitors and we generated 16,000 in sales. So every out of all these 11,548 visitors, that 0.74%, not even 1% bought. We have 86 people that bought down here, okay? We spent $12,533.78 in ad spend to generate $16,815.50. That is what's referred to as a 1.3 ROAS. And ROAS is an acronym for the words return on ad spend. Return on ad spend. So if anyone's seen any results like this, you know, when you start coming out of the gate and you can give, in this case, Facebook and Instagram, $1, and they're giving us $1.30 back out of the gate, day one, day 30, day 45, we're like 45 days into our testing. This is remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable results. And now I want to do is I want to show you guys a little simulation tool that we use. And I got to go to click that, and it's going to bring me up here. So this is a simulation tool that if you're ever doing anything with digital marketing and people don't use tools like this, you might want to consider, working with somebody else. So I'm going to show you a little simulation tool. So this is a little simulation tool showing, okay, we're going to buy traffic in Facebook. Now, what we know on Facebook is the average cost per click. The industry cost per click is $1.68 on Facebook. That's the industry cost per click on Facebook. We're getting clicks at $1.09 average, okay? And then we're saying, okay, we're going to buy $92,000 clicks with this simulation. We're sending them to the sales page, then they go to the checkout page, and then again, 0.74% of the people check out, and then what I do is I hit click, and then they hit the thank you page. I hit simulate, and our little technology starts to figure out what we're spending and what's going on. So it says, okay, we're spending $100,000 on ad spend. Now, this is a 30-day period. We're going to have $11,000 in merchant fees, which that's actually high, but it is what it is. We added in a little bit of product cost, which there really is no product cost, but we always add it in for various things and things we're doing to have a little bit of expense. Then we always say, well, we haven't had hardly any refund, percentage-wise refunds, but there's always a few people that want a refund. And down here, it gives us the numbers. We're going to generate $366,000 of revenues, and we're going to earn a profit of $225,000. Now that's a pretty good return on investment when you start to do that on those kind of numbers, right? Oh, and actually, you know what? I'm on it took me to simulation 3. See this 3.65 ROAS? Let me go back here to number 1. I was like, that number's kind of high. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to start on scenario number 1. So I have 3 scenarios here. Scenario number 1, 2, and 3. Where'd they go? So if I hit simulate, and this one is at a 0.75 ROAS. So right here, the ROAS on the bottom right, you guys see this on the bottom right, 1.37, which is what we're running at right now. So we're spending we're spending the $100,000 in ad spend. We generate $137,000 in profit or revenue, and we make $21,000. And then if we go up here to scenario 2, and we say, okay, we went from a 0.7% click-through rate to just a 1%. We just increased it by 1/4%. We're now at a 1.83 ROAS. Our revenue is $183,000, and we generate $62,000 in profit. And then the scenario 3, which I showed you first, was if we double our conversions to 2%, we're going to be generating the numbers that I started off with, 366,000, and everything starts to compound itself. So I'm not sure where those where's the little things? There they are. This is a tool that we use, that we run our traffic through, and we start to simulate what we're doing. And then what we'll do is we'll start figuring out ways to do email marketing, sell them other products, put other things in the funnel, which is what we're getting ready to launch next week. Okay, so back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so then what I did is I just said to myself, I want to prove to you and show you, because one thing for me to say it, it's another thing for me to show it. So I literally just Googled, just like I did this like 2 minutes ago. What is the average click-through rate on Facebook ads across all industries? The highest average is 1.61%, 1.59%. You can see this as low as 0.4% up to 0.161. I then took a screenshot literally a second ago, right? While Christo was still introducing Gabe. And here is a screenshot of the ads that we've been running. We turned off a couple off. You see there's 2 of them that have been turned off. Our average click-through rate for all of the ads we've been running is 2.62% average. And our highest one, after it started off at 7%, and now it's kind of settled in at 4% click-through rate. And remember I talked to you about the average cost per click, and ours is $1.09, and the average is $1.68. See it right here, $1.09, bottom right-hand corner. And this new ad we put up, 68 cents a click. And this is on cold traffic. This is on cold traffic. And come down here to how many clicks we've sent, 11,881. So the thing I love about internet marketing is you can basically buy traffic, and that traffic you can buy converts into visitors. And then there's all kinds of other things. We're getting an email list, we're getting different things, and we're helping golfers, we're getting more testimonies. So
Greg, real quick, if I could you explain the difference between cold traffic to a single sales page and an optimized company like we're going to be with email marketing, multiple products, upsells, downsells, and bumps? Because Justin said 40% of our profit's going to come from our email list alone, and we're just driving cold traffic to a single page.
Yeah. So the compound effect takes in, right? So with the capital that we're getting from investors, it's enabling us to expand the team. And so there's this chicken and the egg scenario where you got to get the team on who can write the emails, build the funnels, build the sales pages, optimize everything. But as it starts to scale, then it becomes a very minimal amount of expense. But we got the customers coming in. Now we start doing email marketing. And we're getting ready to launch next week a thing called an exit pop. An exit pop is, hey, wait, before you go, do you want to get the 3 free videos? You clicked on the ad, you came to the website, you didn't buy, but we're going to give you 3 free videos to give you a taste. And we know industry standards, again, 20% of the people will take that. We think it'll be higher for us. But if we drove 11,000 people to the website and we had 80 orders, that means there's like 10,200 people that didn't opt in. So the minute we put this exit pop and we put the thing offering the 3 free videos, you can imagine if we got a 20% conversion rate, that's 2,000 people that now are on our email list. and they're tasting the 3 free videos. And then we have the ability to email them and market them the Miracle Swing Hero product. And that's where our ad spend, our ad buyer is saying 30 to 40% of our income will come from email marketing. Now you take that and you say, okay, wait a sec. We have Miracle Health already. We have Miracle Drive already. We have some ancillary products that Christo's done. He has his book that he wrote, his amazing book, the Jack Dagger book, with all kinds of 5-star reviews on Amazon. He's got a product that he created around Ben Hogan. So we have other products that we can put into our email marketing and sell additional products to our customer base. This all starts to increase what we refer to as the average income per customer, or the lifetime value of a customer. And that's what makes this such a great business, because we're not manufacturing shirts and t-shirts and hats or golf clubs. There's no cost of goods. The cost of goods at this point's been done. Christo spent the money, hired the film crew, he coached it, he mentored it, he did, and he created the world's best product. I mean, as far as the production and the quality and the results it's getting, it's just amazing. So everyone needs to understand that this thing just starts to go and go and go. And this is where we go back to those screenshots I showed you. I didn't come out of the gate, generating $1 million in 2 weeks, because we had to figure out the product. We had to spin the dials. We had to know where we're going, because we never want to get caught spending a bunch of money and not getting a return on our investment. So that's what we're doing now, is we're fine-tuning things. We're getting everything fine-tuned, And then with the investor capital, we're going to scale that business and then put money into that business. Now, with that being said, you talked about cold traffic. Cold traffic, there's 3 kinds of traffic. There's the top of funnel. Cold traffic means they've never heard of Miracle Swing before. They have never seen Christo before. They don't know anything about Christo or the Miracle Swing. That's top of funnel, cold traffic. That's what we're running and testing right now, which is why it's mind-boggling. Then you have what's called middle of funnel, and that's warm traffic. And that's people that maybe saw them on Facebook, saw them on X or Twitter. They saw them on YouTube. They watched one video. They interacted with a fan page. They made a comment, right? That's warm traffic. That's middle funnel. Then we have the hot traffic, or the bottom of funnel. And that's people that actually came to the website, snooped around, but didn't buy, right? And so what we do is we create marketing strategies for each level and each tier, because what I'm showing a new person might be different than what I'm showing somebody who's been to the website and didn't buy. So, but all of it starts to become circular, and there's a method and a strategy and tactics that are implemented throughout the entire process to help make this a ever-ringing cash register, like an ATM, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I told Christo I want to get an app for his phone that goes cha-ching every time we make an order until he calls me. He goes, "Get this app off my phone. It's ringing too much."
Hey, Greg, could you tell them the conversion rate of the bundle offer we did a couple months ago to warm traffic on our email list?
Yeah, we had 6.9% conversion rate to our warm traffic. And again, I didn't even show a simulation of that because the numbers are just so goofy. People are like, you're crazy. But it's not crazy. This is how the internet can work. As you warm people up and you make offers and you do specials and you do sales or whatever that might be, we had 6.9% conversion rate to our email marketing list when we sold and we did a little campaign. Okay, so let me share with you what the offer is. Let me go back to the PowerPoint. Let's see, right there. So what we're doing is we're doing a $500,000 raise, which about 150,000 of that's, I think, done and committed for. And there's 10,000 membership units. It's a limited liability company. And this represents a 10% ownership in the Miracle Swing. Now, what we're doing is we said, let's create an offer that's so compelling, it's hard to say no to. So what we're doing is we're taking 20% of the net operating income, meaning the income that we generate minus our ad spend and refunds and merchant fees. And then we're going to distribute that to our investors on a quarterly basis until you recoup 150% of your investment. So what that means is if you invest $100,000, then we're going to give you $150,000 back. And then you still have your percentage of ownership in the business. And then we're going to continue to create distributions on an annual basis and maybe a quarterly basis. So you're going to own your stock in the company. You're going to say, I'm a shareholder in Miracle Swing. You're going to get quarterly distributions until you receive 150% of your money. Then after that, you get your pro rata share of your ownership in the company on a for sure annual basis, but possibly quarterly. And it's a really simple process. We have a website, miracleswing.golf/indication. And again, I'm going to show you what that looks like. And it's a simple form like this. I'll put it in the chat box so you guys can get to it. And basically what happens is there's a little bit of automation here. Is you're going to fill in your name, your last name, your email, your phone, your address, your city, your state, your subscription amount, meaning your indication of interest. How much are you interested in investing in $10,000 increments? And if you're a corporation or if you're that, you have a title, I agree to the terms. I'm not a robot, and hit submit. And then on the back end of our technology, what's going to happen is it's going to send you the documents, the subscription documents in a digital signature technology like DocuSign. It's just like DocuSign, but it's not DocuSign. You can review the documents, you can print the documents, but then you can also just click, 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 and fill in the forms and sign the documents. And then that is you saying, I'm in, I want to make this investment, I want to make this happen. Now, if for some reason, which is totally great, we hope you do want to talk to Christo or myself, we're more than happy to schedule a phone call with Christo, can talk to you more about the business, the vision. I'll talk to you more about the structure of the investment and that kind of stuff. And we can talk to you on the phone and make sure that this is 100% you feel comfortable for your portfolio and for your investment strategy.
So you guys can call me anytime. I'm so excited about this. I've been doing this for quite a while, and to be sitting where I'm sitting today, all of my dreams have come true. I know that I'm helping thousands of golfers around the world also achieve their dreams. And when you start to see the testimonial videos, this is real. This is really happening. And I believe in my heart that we're sitting on the biggest instruction movement in golf. So, and Greg, the numbers that you keep showing are just, I'm kind of, blown away that, wow, the response really is starting to heat up. And if we can just get a little bit of runway, man, we can take this all the way.
It's a combination of three things. And again, I'm 62 years old. I've been doing this digital marketing stuff since 1967, and Gabe touched on it a little bit. And it's like with certain things, there's like lightning strikes, right? And you have the ingredients. You have Crystal Garcia. You have your skill sets of video editing and video creation and award-winning video creation. And then you have this little thing you stumbled onto that actually gets results faster than anything I've seen and easier than anything I've seen. And then then next thing you know, you're being invited to be Ben Hogan on the movie. And then next thing you know, you're doing an interview with Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player. And it's like the credibility just keeps compounding itself. And then Gabe, and I'm listening to Gabe a little earlier, he's talking about going over this and doing that. I'm like, I don't know what that means, right? I'm not the golfer guy, but Gabe knows that stuff. And so Gabe understands golf better than anyone. So coaching you and mentoring you on the membership side, the messaging, and this whole step-by-step process that we've gone through over the last year is pretty phenomenal. And you have a great team. You have one of the best teams in the digital marketing world. So
awesome. Awesome. Well, I can't thank everybody enough. Again, you can reach out to me anytime. And
let's open it up for questions for a few minutes and see if anyone has any questions. We have a few minutes left. And I see a question for me that people say, can I invest with my retirement account? So you can invest from a self-directed IRA. So let's say you have some money in your IRA sitting there and you want to put it to work. As long as you either move it to a self-directed IRA or it's already a self-directed IRA, you can make the investment from a self-directed IRA. And along those lines, you fill out the documents. Once the documents are signed, Crystal will sign them. Then there's wire instructions involved with that. You wire your funds in and you're in. And then Crystal's got some other perks for shareholders that I'm sure he'll share at some point. But if you got any other questions, it's time to ask them.
Anything at all. And Richard, it's great to hear from you. Right on. Hope you're doing great. And SFM Golf, come on, brother. Central Florida, that's where I'm from. I'm from Lake Wales High School. I want to get another house in Central Florida now. So I would love for you to be an instructor of the Miracle Swing. We're going to take this nationwide, if not worldwide. So such a cool comment. Love it.
That is cool. You got any other comments, Gabe?
Nope.
All right. Well, I don't see any other questions coming in. If you guys got any questions, let us know. We're going to have this replay up for a couple times, and we're going to do look, there's no rush. We're not pressure salespeople. We want to close this out, obviously, as quick as possible. We want to make sure we get your questions answered. And so if you need to talk to Christo, we can get you on the phone with Christo.
Greg started digital marketing in 1997, Richard. I don't know if that was, I don't know. That's obviously a mistake, or somebody said something wrong, or you may have heard it wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm 62 years old and I started in 1997. I don't know where you got 1967, but that would have been a pretty good feat to do that, right? But no, I'm one of the old timers in the digital marketing world.
Cool. Well, excellent. I think that it's wonderful that we have a profitable business already, and we haven't even optimized all of our delivery systems. It's, it's something that is, you click and buy. Digital delivery, there's no cost of goods, there's no shipping, there's no inventory. It's just money in the bank. And I can't thank you guys enough for looking at what I've been working on and bringing it to my attention that this could be 10x, 20x bigger. And I'm ready to do it. This year is going to be a fantastic year.
I see another question about the timing of return on investment. So in the investment world, we know there's two things you need to be concerned about: the return of my money and the return on my money. So obviously there's risks in any and every investment, and you could lose all your money. Something could happen, you could lose. We can't control the world. Things happen. So you have to go into it knowing that there's risks. There's always that disclaimer, right? But with this, you have to look at what we call the risk reducers. And the risk reducers at this point today is we have a product, it's done, it's selling, it's going. Christo's got amazing influence in the golf industry. Gabriel has amazing influence in the golf industry. I have credibility and experience in doing that. So you have this little team and this credibility of what's going. And so if all goes as planned, it's really, really reasonable to think that you will get your 150%, you get your money back plus 50% within the first 12 months of the, let's say, we're going to start paying out dividends after the second quarter. So going into the third quarter of this year. So literally, let's say a year and a half from now, you got 150% on your money. So when you look at that, and you're still maintaining the ownership, right? So that's a pretty good compounded annual return on your money, better than you're going to get anywhere else. Plus you're part of golf, plus you're going to get some fringe benefits of being a shareholder membership.
Awesome.
Yes, it is. We're not going to discriminate because you're in UK. We love the UK, actually. So absolutely, Richard.
Very cool. Well, excellent. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get back out on the golf course. The simplest thing I can tell you guys is when I started this journey, I loved golf, and it was the most frustrating thing in the world. I was ashamed about the way that I played. And last week I played golf with Steve Elkington, major champion at Champions in Houston, Texas. I held my own. I even capped him on a couple birdies. And he told me, he goes, Christo, you hit the ball a freaking mile. And at 55 years old, that is such an honor to be able to play with a major champion. And check out the videos on YouTube. I just posted 2 videos with Steve Elkington, and you can see the rapport that I have with these major champions. And it's such a dream come true. It's absolutely crazy to me that, a decade and a half ago, I couldn't even break 90. And now I'm playing at major courses with major champions and holding my own. So incredibly amazing. And I just want to bring this discovery to the world. And I thank you, Greg and Gabe, for being a part of the team. Now we've got a total of 7 members on the team. We're just looking for some runway to be able to scale this, and we hope that you guys will come on board.
Yeah, absolutely. I will thank you, Krista. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, son. Let's wrap it up. I don't see any other questions coming in. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.